So today we're going to discuss one of the POPs chemical or persistent organic pollutants, which is Lindane, or known as HCH. Lindane is organochloride chemical that consists at least one covalent bonded atom of chlorine. In terms of POPs, this chemical has been listed as Annex A according to Stockholm Convention on the right hand side, meaning that in order to use this chemical it requires to have permit and the chemical must be eliminated immediately. Now moving on to the left hand side, this chemical mainly contribution. It contributed into two fields. First of all, it's contribute in medical field. It's treat against AIDS and scabies. However, due to its toxicity, this option of treatment is considered as second-line treatment. Another field is the agricultural field due to its ability to be used as broad-spectrum insecticides. In furrow application, soil treatment, and root treatment, these agricultural activities are using these chemicals. Now let's moving on and consider about its impacts. So first, we're gonna consider its impact on the living organisms. So, when exposed to this chemical in short term can lead to headache, seizures, vomiting, dizziness and such. However, in long-term exposures, this can affect nervous system, liver, kidney and may contribute to the risk of cancer as it's considered as neuron toxics that can disrupt neurotransmitters. Now, let's moving on to the environmental perspective. For the environmental, the chemical can accumulate into the food chain and causing long-range transport and toxic effect to the ecosystem. And not to mention that it can accumulate into various environmental medium such like soil, water, air and such, leading to environmental contamination. The following figures shows that when a chemical has been released from the factories, it goes down into the environmental medium such the living organism habitat in. Then the living organism digests those chemicals and then the cycle continue back into the other type of mediums and then the chemical keep recycling over and over again. Now, we knowing its impact, how can we deal with it? Like, what can we do? So, first of all, we can start by utilizing microorganisms like algae, bacteria, and fungi to break down the substance into less harmful chemical. This process so-called bioremediation. And the next one is considered to be similar to the first method that I mentioned, but this one is considered plant species like sunflowers, willow trees, willow trees, and such. They plant these plants into the contaminated area. This plant will undergo the process so-called phytoremediation, which is the removal process of the chemicals. So on the following figures, it shows that the bacteria can undergo the bioremediation in soils on the following figures. And then the soil will be used in the phytoremediation to make sure that there is no chemical left in the mediums. And lastly, if anyone exposed to this chemical directly, might consider seeking fresh air and remove the clothes that have been contaminated with the chemical immediately to avoid further symptoms, and afterwards might consider seeking immediate medical assistance to avoid further adverse health effects that may occur to you and us as well. Thank you very much.